What's up YouTube and Amazon? Jefferson here with the starters page, and I have this slider right here. I got this one on Amazon by the company name of Movo Photo. I'll link everything in the description box below so you guys don't have to worry about finding this particular one. This is the Movo Photo BST100. It's a 39-inch rail camera track slider. It uses a linear bearing slider, which is actually pretty good. It's not the best, to be quite honest with you, but it actually does the job really well. You're included with this, obviously, this railing system right here. You have 2 legs on each side with 4 feet that you can definitely adjust. I love how it's adjustable on that end. The stability of the legs is actually pretty good. Never had any issues with it. The one thing I do want to point out is that you do have to screw on the legs, so it does take a little while, but a lot of the sliders themselves are like that, so you can't really complain on that end. You have the locking mechanisms as well, so if for whatever reason you want to keep the height of that, you could just screw on the locks on there, which is pretty neat. On the edge of the slider, which is right here, you have a 1/4 inch and 3/8 of an inch thread hole, so you can mount this on a tripod, which I thought was pretty neat. So you could have it vertically standing up on both left and right sides, so you could pretty much choose which way you want to have it. Or you could have it actually mounted on the bottom, and you also have a 1/4 inch and 3/8 of an inch thread hole on that end. The one thing I did not like about this slider is how you have, or you need to have 2 tripods to actually keep this stable. Just because there's no center tripod mount on there, it's only on the legs. And so that was one thing that kind of bummed me out, but since I use this a lot on my table, or have low shots, or just have, just put it on top of the table, I don't have much issues on that end. But if for whatever reason I just do need to mount this on a tripod, I can. I do have 3 tripods. That's just one thing that kind of bummed me out, but all in all, you can't go wrong on that end. You do have a 1/4 inch and 3/8 of an inch tripod screw that comes included, which is pretty neat. I actually have the 3/8 of an inch thread screw installed, and the reason being is because I have this tripod mount head right here. This is the GK G06 model right here, which I absolutely love. And I highly recommend using a tripod head with a slider. It gives you more control and more versatility. And I'll show you guys that one in a bit as well. So let me screw this on right here and then show you guys how it looks like with the mount. And as you guys can see, I'm struggling, so I'm gonna tighten this down. You do have a plastic knob right here, which you could just tighten down. So the actual slider itself has resistance, or you can just make it where there's no resistance at all, as you guys could see. So let me screw this on. All right, so once everything is on right there, I'm gonna make sure I have my quick release plate mounted on the camera. And I'm demonstrating this on the Canon Rebel T2i. So once you're done right there, you could just mount your camera, and then that is it. That's one advantage you get when you mount a tripod head on there, or just a quick release system in general. It makes it so much easier mounting your camera on there, which is really nice. I did, and you can mount your camera straight onto the slider itself. Do take into consideration you only have one angle, which is just straight. You can't move your head around, you can't do anything else with it, compared to installing a tripod head where you can slide and articulate. So you can pan and tilt and slide, which is really neat on that end. So just take a look at that. The sliding capabilities on how this is right now is really smooth, and I'll show you guys a quick demonstration as well. So I have this Bluetooth speaker right here, and I'm just gonna put it right here and take out the zoom. Let me make sure I'm in focus. So it's a lot easier making sure you're in focus first than trying to focus and sliding as well. So I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna slide right here. So There you go. So that's just a basic slide right there. I'm able to use the handle as well, which I love. And let me just do a quick handle test right here. So it's almost the same thing, but it feels a lot better with the handle compared to not having the handle on that end. So I love that a lot. Also having the tripod head on here, at least with this model, the GK G06 model, is that making vertical shots is so much easier. So let me show you a quick demonstration on how that actually is. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to lock down the actual slider first, because you don't want this moving around and hurting yourself. And since I have the legs that's actually poking out a little bit, I'm going to make sure the rails are tucked in. And then lock that in place. Make sure you guys don't over tighten. And then obviously you could have the tripod on here, which I highly recommend. And when you do mount this on a tripod, make sure you have a very sturdy tripod that's capable of handling the weight. And from there, I'm just gonna loosen this part up and then tilt this out, lock that in, and then I'm going to rotate the head like so. Perfect. And then from here, I'm just gonna lock the head right here, and then now, and you could also do this if the camera's already mounted on. I just, you know, it's all preference. There's days where I actually do this when the camera's on the actual slider, or I do it without. It just really depends on you guys, honestly. But that's pretty much how it looks like right here. Let me loosen this part up right here. And then once you loosen that part, since I have the tripod head on here with the handle, it makes it so much easier, because now I could use the handle and the grip of the camera, which let me show you how it looks like right here. So I have my setup on here. Okay, so let me hit record. Santa baby. All right, so that's how it looks like right there. Do take in mind that you might see a little bit of sway, and that's just because the bottom is not completely flush with the ground. So obviously, common sense, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but other than that, it's super nice. I love how it works. I personally never had any issues with it. Build quality is really nice. Everything is constructed out of aluminum. Even the knobs themselves, when you were to lock the actual legs in. All right, guys, I want to show you guys a few clips I shot with this slider, and I want to let you know I did not add any post-stabilization on there. It's directly from this slider and the camera. So with that said, enjoy these clips.
Just hurry down the chimney tonight.
But other than that, guys, that's it. I really love this slider. Never had any issues at all. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box below. I'm more than willing to answer any questions you guys may have. My name is Jefferson. This is the Movo BST100 slider. And like always, guys and girls, take care.